Okay, so give me 1 minute, guys. After that, we will start a session. Okay, so from here, I have to make the chat and yeah. So good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing good. So, guys, let's start a session, and after that, we will discuss about the attendance part and the other part. Okay. So, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing good. Okay, great, great. And let me share my screen now. So, guys, I hope like most of you have attended the yesterday session. In the yesterday session, we discuss about the history of Java, right? Yeah. Okay. So we have discussed about the history of Java, why Java is a platform independent. Okay, for that thing we discussed ki we need a JVM that will be installed on the top of the operating system. And what happened? We have a source code that is run by the, okay, here I can show you with the help of the diagram also. Give me yeah. So basically history part here. Okay. Okay, yeah. So we have a source code that is run by the compiler, and we will get the bytecode, and that bytecode will be run by the JVM. Okay, and we will get the machine level language code, and that machine code is run on all the operating system. Okay, after that we discuss about class and object. We saw how to get this JVM, that is my Java virtual machine, and this Java C compiler, right? For that thing we have to install JDK package. Okay, we have installed the JDK package, and that JDK package is installed where? Inside the C drive. Inside the C drive. So inside the C drive, you have to go to the program files. In the program files, you have to go to the Java folder. Inside the Java folder, you have to go. You can see the JDK folder here. So inside this JDK folder, you have the JVM and your Java C compiler. Okay, Shivam is saying ki JVM convert high level language code to into no Shivam. What happens ki in the yesterday session we have discussed this part, right? Ki we have a Java code that is our source code, and this source code is compiled by the compiler, and compiler convert your source code to bytecode. Okay, and bytecode is in encrypted format. Okay, and this bytecode is in encrypted format, and this bytecode is stored where? Inside your dot class file, and this dot class file will be run like will be interpreted by the JVM read your bytecode line by line, and after that JVM convert your bytecode to a machine code, and that machine code will be executed by your machine. Okay, everyone. After that we saw what is class, what is object. Okay, so here you can see in the diagram we have a mobile class. When we are talking about a general mobile, okay, this general mobile is what? My class. Okay, this general mobile is a class. So this class, what is a class then, guys? Class is a blueprint or template that defines the properties and functionality of a object. So here you can see the properties, or we can say data members. Okay, here you can see the company name, the brand name of the mobile, model name, color, storage. These are all what? My properties of a mobile class. Okay, and similarly we have a calling feature, we have a camera functionality. So these are what? My functionality, or we can say member function. Okay, so here we have a blueprint or template of a mobile phone the moment we are buying the mobile phone, the moment we are using the properties and functionality of a mobile phone, that mobile phone in our hand is what? Object. So object is what? My real world entity. So here you can see I have bought an object that is an Apple phone, and here you have iPhone 12, gray in color, 128 GB RAM. Similarly, you have Samsung phone. The moment you are buying the Samsung phone, the moment you are using the properties and functionality of a Samsung phone, you are saying, ki, hey, I have a real world entity. Okay, I have an object in my hand. Object is what? Mobile phone object, right? That is Samsung mobile phone here. Okay, everyone. So we have discussed about class and object, and after that, okay, so here one person is asking which code I have to share here. So we have to share the byte code. Okay, we have to share the byte code. You have compiled your code, you get the byte code. Okay, and that byte code you will share to different machine. Okay, that byte code you have to share to different machine, and in order to run that byte code, you have to install JVM in each and every machine. Okay, because JVM understands, JVM interprets your byte code. After that, we have created one program. Okay, we have created one program here. Document. Here we have this one, open with Notepad. So we have used a Notepad editor, and in the Notepad editor, we have created a simple program. We are saying ki, hey, Java is an object-oriented programming language. So Java deals with class and object. In order to write a program in Java, we have to first create a class. So I have created a simple class, that is class first. After that, I am saying ki, hey, inside this class, you have to define the entry point. And what is the entry point here? This prototype, that is public static void main string args is my entry point. Okay, why I'm saying this entry point? We will look. Okay, we will look at this point, and after that we have printed System.out.println hello world, and here we have a return keyword. So what we are doing, we are printing hello world on the output screen. After writing the source code, what we have to do, we have to save the source code with .java extension. Okay, we have saved the source code with .java extension. After that, let's delete this one again, and you can see I have a source code that is written that is stored inside my .java file. After that, what I will do, I will open the terminal. I will navigate to that folder where I have saved this .java file. Here I will write, okay, I got the source code. What I have to do now, I have to compile this source code. So in order to compile this source code, I have to use JavaC compiler. And after that, the name of the file, that is first, and .java extension here. The moment I will hit on the run button, what will happen? You can see I got one more file, and this file has .class extension. Okay, so the moment I have compiled the source code, I got the byte code that is stored inside .class file. Okay, now what I have to do, I have to run this .class file on the JVM. So in order to run this .class file on the JVM, what will happen? You have to use Java, and after that you have to write the name of the file, that is first. And the moment you will hit on the enter button, you will get hello world printed on the output screen. You can see hello world is printed on the output screen. Okay, so yeah, so here we have this prototype, that is public static void main. Let's break down this prototype, and let's understand what is the meaning of this prototype and why this prototype is an entry point. Okay, so what happened, guys? Let me share my notes here. Okay, so here you can see I have one photo here where you can see this public is what? This like why we are using the public access modifier. This public is an access modifier, and why we have written this public here? In order because the JVM call. Okay, where is JVM stored, guys? I know JVM is stored where? Inside the C drive. Okay, inside the C drive in program files Java JDK. Inside JDK, JVM is stored. So from JVM, I have to call this public static void main. Okay. So here, that's why I have written this public keyword, because I want this method should be accessible from anywhere inside your system. And I know my JVM is where it is stored in my JDK folder inside my C drive. Okay. So what happens, guys? Inside your C drive, program files, Java JDK, you have a JVM. And inside this JVM is what? JVM is a software. Okay. Inside this software, you have this prototype written, public static void main. Okay. The moment you run the program, what happens? JVM will say, hey, I will start the execution from this prototype. That is public static void main. Okay. First, I will find this prototype. When I will find this prototype, I will execute the code that is written inside this prototype. Okay. So here you are saying key what prototype here you have written public static void main, and here the first keyword is what? Public. Public means you are saying key I can access this method from anywhere from the system. Okay. If you will write the access specifier as private, then what will happen? You cannot access this main method outside the class. In order to access the main method outside the class, you have to give the access specifier as public. Okay, everyone? Public part is clear? Okay. So after that, we have a static file. Okay. After that, we have a static keyword here. So what does a static keyword mean? So first, I got the point. Hey, from the JVM, I have to call this public static void main, and in order to call any method outside the class, I have to use this access specifier, that is public. Now, what is static? What is static? You are saying hey, I have a class. Okay, class has some data members, that is your properties. Okay, and class has some member function. Okay, class has some member function. And you are saying, hey, in order to access this data member and member function, I have to create a object. And with the help of this object, I can access the data member. I can access the functionality of a class. Okay. But here JVM is saying, hey, I will not create a object. I will not create a object. So you are not creating an object. Then how you will call this method that is stored inside this class first? Okay. So in order to call this method without creating an object, you have to use this keyword, that is static here. Okay. So when you are writing the keyword as static, what happens? You can access the properties, you can access the functionality without using the object. By like how you can access? By using the class name. Okay. That is first, by using the class name, you can access the properties and functionality of a class. Everyone is clear? So let's take one example here. Here I am saying here I have a class mobile here. Okay. Inside this class, let's suppose I have one static data member, that is static properties. Static, and here I have string s is equal to, let's suppose, test. Okay. This is a string here. I am saying this is my class, and here this is what? My data member or properties here. Okay. And I have done what? Here this is like we will come to this point, string part. Okay. Just you have to remember understand this point. This is s, and inside this s, what I'm doing? I'm storing this data, that is test. Okay. And I have made this as static. So what will happen? This is my data member, and in order to access this data member, what I am doing, without using the object, without creating the object, if I have to use this data member, what I have to do? I have to use the class name, that is mobile dot s. Okay, mobile dot s, and like this I can access the here, like if I have to print this string on the output screen. So what I will do here? System.out.println this. So here you can see I am not creating an object of this mobile class, and without creating the object of a mobile class, I am accessing the data members by making the data members as static. So when you have to access any data member, any member function without creating the object, you can use this keyword, that is static. So JVM is saying ki, hey, I will not create the object of this class. That is first. What I will do, I will make this method as static. So with the help of the class name, I can call this main method. Okay, everyone? Till this point, everyone is clear? Okay. Yeah, it is necessary to follow this structure because JVM is also what? JVM is your middleware, okay? And JVM is also like a software, right? And inside this software, some program is written. So inside this program, JVM will say ki, I will call only this prototype, that is public static void main. So that's why you have to write this prototype, that is public static void main. Here public is what? In order to access this main method outside the class, you have to say ki I will use the access specifier as public. If I will use the access specifier as private, then I cannot access this main method outside this class first. Okay. And this static is what? Here you are saying ki I am making the method as static, my main method as static. Why? Because JVM will not create the object. If JVM is not creating the object, then how it can access the static? How it can access the method? By making this as static. Okay, so JVM can use the class name to access the main method. Like here, you have written a class mobile and you have a data member, and in order to use this data member without creating the object, you are saying ki I am making the data member as static. So what I have to do, I am not creating the object, I have to just use the name of the class, and after that this dot, and after that the name of the data member. Okay, everyone? Okay, apart from this, anyone has any other doubt? Please start. Okay, everyone is clear, right? Yeah. So after that, here what you have a void keyword. Okay. After that, you have a void keyword. So here you can see in the example, like in this diagram also, see what is public here? To call by JVM from anywhere. And you know JVM is where? Inside your C drive. Okay. You have to make the main method as public. Second is static. Static is what? Make it class method so that it can be called using class name without creating an object of the class. Okay, so here it is saying ki JVM will not create the object, and if JVM is not creating the object, then what I have to do, I have to make this main method as static. So I can use class name to call this main method. Okay, after that we have a void keyword. Okay, void keyword is what? Void is a return type, and it is saying ki, hey, I will not return any value to JVM. The task of JVM is what? JVM task is what? To trigger the execution of the class. Okay, and JVM is saying ki I don't want anything. So that's why you are saying ki since you don't want anything, so I will use the return type as void here. Okay, we will come to the return type part when we will discuss about the function. Okay, everyone. After that, this is main. Main is just the name of the method which is called by JVM. Okay, main is just the name of the method which is called by JVM. And here we have string args. So string args is what, guys? It is a command line argument. Let's see what is string args here. Uh, Give me 1 minute here. So here you have a program that is Java C first. Okay, you have done this part. So what you have to do? Okay, let's try to print the value of argument here. That is my command line argument, string args. Okay, and here you have to write args. Since you are not printing any English sentence, so there is no need to enclose this args inside a double quote. If you are printing just English sentence, then you have to enclose inside the double quotes. Okay, args 0 here. Okay, let's try to print this also. System.out.println args 0. So what I will do, again I will go to my terminal here. Inside this folder, that is Java Bootcamp, here inside this folder Java Bootcamp, what I have done, I have stored this first .java file. First what I have to do, I have to compile the code. So I will use Java C first.java, and after that, what happens? This .java file will be compiled and we get the bytecode. Now what I have to do? I have to run the bytecode on JVM. So what I will do here? Java first. Okay. So here, okay, again Java first, and here you can see I'm getting a error here. Why I'm getting an error? Because I'm trying to print command line. I'm trying to print command line here, and here I have not written any command line. Let's write a command line here. So what I have done? Java first. After that, whatever you will write, that will be your command line data. Okay, that will be your command line argument or command line data here. So let's write let's upgrade. Okay, so here let's hit on the run button. So here you can see the first line we are getting is what? That is argument 0. That is my let's upgrade. Okay, is printed on the output screen, and this let's upgrade is what? This is a command line argument. Okay, after that we are printing hello world, that is English sentence, on the output screen. Everyone is clear with the command line argument, guys? So it is compulsory to write return. So when you are not returning anything, then it is not compulsory. But when you are returning anything, then you have to write return keyword. Okay. Okay. Which part, Perigu, you didn't get? Like, can you please explain one more? Okay. Please let me know which part you are not able to get it. So till this point is clear, right? What is command line argument? What is public? What is static? What is void? And what is main? Okay. Anyone like not able to understand anything, they can ask now. Okay. Can we also remove it from the main function parameter? No, we cannot remove this from the main function parameter. Okay. This is a prototype. Okay. You have to follow this prototype. Why you have to follow this prototype? Because inside JVM, this prototype is written. JVM will say, hey, I will start the execution, but first I will find this prototype. If I am not able to find this prototype, then what will happen? I will not execute your code. I will give error. Okay. We can static keyword explain used in oops concept. Okay, so for static keyword, like I'm just telling you the use of static keyword in this public static void main. Okay, you have to explore the static keyword because there are a lot of things in static keyword, and this is a basic class, and for that thing you have to know about class and object, constructor, and everything else. Okay, yeah. So we can .java file save any folder, but you can access or run in the command prompt same folder. Yes, 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 yes. So in order to run your Java file, you have to go to that folder where you have saved the Java file. Okay. In that folder, you have to right click, open in terminal, and here you can see you are in Java Bootcamp. Okay. And here you have to first compile your code, and after that you have to execute your code. Yeah, we will come to that part also if any other way, but this part is clear, right? Here I have to show what happens when you run the code. The moment you run the code, you got the dot class file. So the second way is what? Second way is what? You can use this IDE, that is Eclipse, Visual Studio Code, NetBeans. Okay, any IDE you can use. Here I am using Eclipse. Okay, here I am using Eclipse, and yeah, how to install Eclipse? Here you have to go. Here you have to go, and here you have to write Eclipse download. Okay, Eclipse download, and from here you can go to the Eclipse download, and from this point you can download this x86_64 version. The moment you will download this thing and the moment you will open the download part, what will happen? Let's come to that part also. Here I have the screenshot here. Okay, so here you will get this screen. Okay, this screen. Yeah. So you have to click on the next. You will get this screen. From this screen, you have to select Eclipse IDE for Java developer. Okay. You have to select Eclipse IDE for Java developer. After that, you have to click on next, and here you will get one more screenshot. Like here you can see. Here also you don't have to do anything. Click on the install part. Here you will get the option to change the directory. Don't change the directory. Just launch your Eclipse IDE application. Okay, it is a very simple step you can do by yourself. Okay, after that you will get this page, here, this page. Okay, everyone. So from here we can again, like this is an ID. Like when we are using the editor, that is notepad editor, first what we have to do, first we have to write the program, we have to save. After saving the program we have to go to that folder. After going to that folder we have to open the command line, and there we have to first compile the code, and after that we have to run the code, right everyone? But here in the ID it is saying, hey, I will provide you the structure of the folder. I will not ask you for compilation, I will not ask you for to write a Java C like command line and this Java command line. Okay, you just have to use this run. From run you can just run the program. So let's try to create one folder here. So for creating one folder here, you have to first go to the file. From the file, create new, go to the new. From the new you have to go to the project. Okay, go to the project here. Sorry, 1 minute. Yeah, file, new. Okay, and here go to the package, and from package you have to create a directory. Here you are creating a directory like thing. Okay, so source folder, name of the package is what? Name of the package is, okay, Java example. And here source folder is what? You can, okay, so browse the source folder. Why I'm not able to browse the source folder here? Okay, file, new, and from new you have to click on the Java project. Sorry, first you have to go to the file, new, click on the Java project. From the Java project you have to write the project name. Here the project name is Java example. Okay, after that you have to just, you have to say you have selected the file, you have selected this, and here you have the module, and here, yeah, you have to click on the finish button. Okay, the moment you will click on the finish button you can see the project that is created in the left hand side part, right? This one. Inside this one Java example you have to go to the source folder. Inside this source folder what you have to do, just delete this part, that is module dash info.java. Okay, delete this one from here, and here you can create your Java program. Okay, what you have to do in order to create the Java program, right click on the source folder, click on new, click on class. Okay, the moment you will click on the class you will get this interface. Okay, here in the interface you have to write the name of the class. Let's suppose the name of the class is hello world. Okay, the name of the class is hello world. After that here you can see it is asking for which method you want to create. So here I want the public static void main because I know this is my entry point. So I will use this method, that is public static void main. After that I will hit on the finish button. So the moment you will finish hit on the finish button, you can see hello world.java file is created in your IDE, right everyone? And inside this IDE you can see this public static void main is already created. You don't have to write again. Okay, inside this you can write your program. Let's say System.out.println, and here you have hello world. Okay, after writing the program what you have to do, you have to go to the run. From the run you have to hit on the run button. Okay, or you can use the command ctrl plus F11. Okay, so here I am hitting on the run button. The moment you will hit on the run button, you can see you are getting the output on the console, that is hello world, right everyone? So what is the step? Again I am repeating the step. File, from file, new. Okay, from file, new, from new you have to go to the Java project. Here you have to write the name of the project, click on the finish button, and you can see the project here in the left hand side part in the package explorer. From here you have to go to the source folder. In the default package you have to click on the right button, new again, and you have to create a class. So in order to create a class, click on this class, and from here you have to write the name of the class, and after that, if you have to include this public static void main, click on this checkbox. Okay, and after that, click on the finish button. Okay, everyone. So okay, is this case sensitive? No, it is not case sensitive. Okay. Okay, I will provide the PDF of the note. Anything you have to ask till this point, guys? First, we have seen how to run the program on a simple notepad editor, right? And there we saw when we are compiling the code, we are getting the dot class file, and after that we are running that dot class file on the JVM, right? And the same thing we can achieve with the help of IDE. IDE help us with the more structured format. Okay, here we are getting the structure of the folder. Like inside the source folder, you can see you have the hello world.java file, and you don't have to write any command line argument. You just have to use this navigation, that is run, and you have to click on the run button, and you can easily print or easily execute anything on the output screen. Okay, after that, uh, yeah. So after that, what is this System.out.println? Okay, what is this System.out.println? Again, let's come back to the PDF here. Yeah, this one. So here I am saying ki System.out.println hello world. So what is this System.out.println here? So here you are saying class. I have taken one class here, that is class demo, and here I am taking one data member, that is string s, and I'm saying ki here I'm making this data member as static. So I know if I'm making this data member as static, so there is no need to create object. I can access the data member with the help of the class name. Okay, I can access the data member with the help of the class name, and this is my string. Okay, inside this string we have a function that is a length function. Okay, so in order to access that length function, what I have to do here, I have to first in order to access this as data member, first I have to write the name of the class, that is demo. After that I have to use dot. After that I have to use the name of the data member, that is s. And after that I am saying ki hey, inside this s you have a function, that is length function. Okay, and this length function will do what? It will calculate the length of the string. Okay, it will calculate the length of the string here. So here if you will print System.out.println demo.s.length, then what you will get? You will get the length of this string here. Okay, similarly when you are saying System.out.println, so you have one class, that is class system. Okay, you have a class system, and inside this class system you have a static variable. You have a static variable, and the data type of this variable is what? Print stream. Okay, the data type of this variable is what? Print stream. And you are saying out. Okay, so here you are saying ki I have one variable that is out of static type, and the data type is what? Print stream class. Okay, so here you can see in the diagram also, you have a class system. Inside this class system you have a variable that is out, and this out is of static type, first thing. And the data type of this variable is what? Print stream. And print stream is what, guys? This print stream is what? This is also a class, and inside this class you have a method that is println. Okay, inside this print stream class you have a method that is println. Okay, so that's why you are writing here system. And in order to access the variable, in order to access the variable out, you are saying ki out is what? Out is what, guys? Out is my static variable, so I have to write the name of the class system dot out, and inside this out you have a function that is println. So you are using the function println. Okay, and the functionality of a println is what? It is printing the output on the output screen. Everyone is clear with the System.out.println, guys? Okay. Okay, yeah. So let's discuss this point also. So this system is a class, and this class is present in java.lang package. Okay, java.lang package. First point, this out is what? It is a static variable. Okay, we will come to the variable part. Static variable, and this static variable is present in system class. It is present in system class. Okay, and the type is what? Of type print string. Okay, and println println is a method. Println is a method that is present in this print stream class. Okay, println is a method that is present in this print stream class. Okay, so this is about system.out.println. So let's move to the variable part now, guys. Here, so first, what is the need of using variable? First, what is the need of using variable? So in IT field, you have a lot of data. In order to process that data, first you have to store the data somewhere. Okay, and where you will store the data? In your computer memory. So you are saying ki, hey, I have a lot of data. In order to process the data, first what I have to do, I have to write a program. Inside that program, what I have to do, I have to store data. And how I can store the data? I can store the data with the help of variable. Okay, so here you can see the definition of a variable. Variable in Java is a data container. It is a type of container. It is a data container that stores the data value during Java program execution. Okay, Java program execution. So what happens? Let's try to understand this part. Okay, here you are saying ki, hey, I have to store this data 10. I have to store this data 10. So what I will do, I will create one container. And what container I have here? I have a container with this container is what? Variable my. And first I have to give the name of the variable. Here I am saying ki the name of the variable is num. And after that I have to define what type of data I have to store inside the container. So here this data is integer type. This data is integer type. So that's why I will say ki, hey, I want to store integer type of data. So I will write this int. Okay, yeah. So this 10 is what? Data. This num is what? Name of the container. And this int is what? It is a data type. Okay, this is what? A data type. And this data type is providing me two details. First detail is what? First detail, it is providing me ki, hey, what type of data you want to store inside the container. You want to store inside the container. This is the first information we are getting. The second information is what? The second information is what? It will tell you what will be the size of the container. Okay, what will be the size of the container here. Okay, so let's understand this part with the help of a diagram. So the moment you will write this line, that is int num is equal to 10. The moment you will write int num is equal to 10, so what will happen? The system will say ki, hey, you are storing data 10 inside a variable num and the data type is integer. So what will the system do? It will go to the computer memory. Let's assume this rectangular box is your computer memory. Okay, this is your computer memory here. And inside this computer memory, inside this computer memory, system will say ki, hey, I will allocate 4 byte. I will allocate 4 byte to this variable num. Why I will allocate 4 byte? Because from the data type, I am getting the information ki this data type is integer. So first information I am getting is ki this data type will store integer type of data. The second information what I am getting, what will be the size of the container. Here I have integer data type and I know the integer occupies 4 bytes. Okay, integer occupies 4 bytes. Okay, like in order to measure distance, you say I measure distance in kilometer. Okay, and 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter, right? Similarly, in order to measure the space of the memory, you are saying key byte, and 1 byte is equal to 8 bit. Okay, 8 bit. So the system is saying ki, hey, here you would want to store integer type of data, and I know the integer occupy 4 byte. So system will say ki I will go to the computer memory and I will first find where 4 byte of memory block is free. So let's assume this 4 byte of memory block is free. Okay, this 4 byte of memory block is free. And what will happen? All the memory blocks have some address associated with it. And here the address is in hexadecimal format. The address is in hexadecimal format. I'm assuming here that the starting address of this memory block will be 700. Okay, the address will be in hexadecimal format. Okay, and I am assuming that the starting address will be 700. Okay, so what will be the end address, guys? Can you guys write in the comment what will be the end address here? Anyone? If the starting address of the memory block is 700, can you write in the comment what will be the end address? Okay, no one? Yeah, correct. So this is 700. So this address will be 704. Okay, so it is saying ki, hey, since you are storing integer type of data, since you have defined the data type as integer, so what I will do, I will allocate 4 byte to this data 10, and this data 10 will be stored in a binary format. This data 10 will be stored in the binary format. Okay, binary format is what? 0 and 1, because my computer understands 0 and 1. So what computer will do, it will convert the data into binary format, and when I have to fetch the data again, it will convert the binary data to a decimal format, that is my data 10 here. Okay, everyone? Yeah, so till this point everyone is clear? Okay, so here we are saying ki, hey, I have a data 10. In order to process the data, I have to store a data. For that thing, I'm using a variable that is num, and I have to give the data type also, that is integer here. Okay, so let's write the program. Okay, so here you are saying ki, hey, int num is equal to 10, and after that you are writing what? System.out.println. And you are saying ki, hey, I will print the variable, the data inside this container num. Okay, so the moment you are writing this line, that is system.out.println num, so system will say ki, hey, now you want to fetch the data. So what I will do, first I will go inside the computer memory. At 700 address, and from this 700 address, the computer will say ki, hey, since you are storing integer type of data, so from this 700 address I will read 4 byte. So from here the system will read how many byte? 4 byte. Okay, and it will say ki, I got the data in a binary format, that is in 0 and 1 format. I will convert the data, and I will convert the binary format to a decimal format, and this decimal format will be what? 10, and I will print 10 on the output screen. Okay, everyone? Okay, so this is about this is the idea about variable. Same thing will happen with all the other variable. Here I am taking the example of integer data. If I have to store a character data, then here you are saying ki, hey, I have to store a character data, that is a, and in order to store a character data, you are saying ki, first I will write the name of the character, first I will write the name of the variable, that is ch, and here the data type will be what? Char. Okay, here the data type will be what? Char. So the moment you are writing this line, what will happen? System will say, okay, you want to store character type of data, and from this char data type, I am getting two information. First information is what type of data you want to store inside the memory block, and the second information I am getting what will be the size of the memory block. And I know the character occupy 2 bytes. So what will happen here? System will allocate 2 bytes inside the computer memory, and let's assume the starting address here is 800. Okay, 800, And again I am saying ki this data will be in hexadecimal format. Okay, and inside this memory block A will be stored. Inside this memory block A will be stored. This is your ch. Okay, and this memory block will occupy how many bytes? 2 bytes this time. Okay, so here you have character, you have num, integer. Okay, you want to store integer data, you have to use integer data type. If you want to store character data, you have to use character data type. And now let's come to the data type part. Okay, because from the data type part I am getting a lot of information. So here I have a diagram like this flow chart here. So from this flow chart you can see I have two type of data, that is primitive data, non-primitive data. Okay, inside this primitive data, again primitive data is divided into Boolean, numeric. Inside numeric I have character, integral. Inside the integral I have integers, floating point. Inside integer and floating point we have byte, short, int, long, and here we have float, double. When we want to store decimal data, then I have to use this floating point, that is float and double. If I want to store character, then this is char, and to the integer part, that is byte, short, int, long. We will come to this part. Okay, and if I want to store true and false, I have to use Boolean data type. Okay, if I have to store the data as true and false, I have to use Boolean data type. So let's come to the, okay, give me 1 minute. Yeah, so here I have one more table, this table here. Okay, yeah, so here you can see in this table it is saying ki byte will occupy 1 byte, short will occupy 2 byte, integer will occupy 4 byte, long will occupy 8 byte, float 4 byte, double 8 byte, boolean 1 byte, and char 2 byte. Okay, from this table you are getting ki what how much amount of memory will this data type will occupy. Okay, and here the range is also given. Key inside a memory block where the data type is byte, you can store value from -128 to 127. Similarly, for short, you can store the value from -32768 to 3267. Okay, you don't have to learn these ranges. Okay, you just have to remember the size of the data type. Okay, so let's come to the part here. So what I'm doing here, now I'm saying, hey, I want to store, like, let's see the use case of this one. Okay, here, this one, that is byte. And byte is what? Byte, short, int, and long. All the four data type will store integer type of data. But the difference between byte, short, integer, long is what? It is the difference of the size. Byte occupy less memory, that is 1 byte, short 2 byte, integer 4 byte, and long 8 byte. Okay, and there is a difference between the ranges. Okay, so if I want to store any data that is lying between this range, that is -128 to 127, then what I have to use? I can use byte. Okay, I can use integer. I can use integer. Okay, integer also store what? Integer also store, guys, int type of data, and byte also store integer type of data. The difference is what? Between the range and between the size. Okay, so here if I will say, hey, I want to store the age of a person, and I know the age of a person is not greater than 200. Okay, let's assume the age of the person will not exceed 200. So I can store this age inside either a short data type or inside a integer data type. Okay, let's first store the range. Yeah, first store the age, that is byte age 1. Okay, is equal to 20. Okay, here again if I will say int age 2 is equal to 40, again I will say short age 3 is equal to 70. So here you can see, here you can see I am storing the integer data, that is age in this case, and all the three are valid. But the difference is what? Behind the scene, the difference is what? Byte will allocate 1 byte inside the computer memory. Integer will occupy 4 byte. Short will occupy 2 byte. Okay. Since I know age is not exceeding 200, so this byte is the most optimized solution because it is occupying less memory. So there is no wastage of memory. We are not occupying extra memory. But here again, it is up to you. You can use integer also. Okay. After that, yeah. So what is the difference between print and println, guys? So here, if I will write system.out.print, okay. So print here means ki you don't want to print the statement in the next line. You want to print the statement on the same line. Okay. If you want to print the statement on the same line, then you have to go with print function. If you want to print the statement on different line, then you have to go with println. So let's print age 1. After that, system.out.print, let's print age 2. So since here you can see I am not enclosing these variable inside double quotes, okay, because these are variables, these are not English sentence. So when I have to print English sentence on the output screen, then I have to enclose that English sentence inside the double quotes. Okay. So here I am printing age 1 and age 2 using print method. So let's save the program here and let's hit on the run button. So here you can see I'm getting the output, that is 20 and 40 on the same line. The moment I will write println here, so what will happen? First age 1 will be printed, after that the line will be breaked and I will get age 2. Okay, let's run the program again. So here you can see I'm getting the age as 20 and 40. Okay. Yeah, it differs. It differs in C and C++. So like C and C++ and in Java, it differs. Okay, so the size will differ. Yeah, print in no, we will not use printf. Okay, printf is in C. In order to print anything on the output screen, we have to use println or print. If I want to print everything on the same line, I have to use print keyword, print method. If I have to print on the next line, then I have to use println. Okay, everyone. Yeah, size depends on the compiler. Size depends on the compiler, like 32 bits or 64 bit. Okay, processor. Okay, yeah. So it is upon the compiler, like how you have the compiler build. According to that compiler, the size of the data type will differ. But in most of the cases, the size of the data type will be this one only. Okay, that is for integer 1, short 2, integer int 4, long 8 byte. Okay. After that, let's see the example of float and double. So here the first difference is what? Between the size. Float occupy 4 byte, double occupy 8 byte. Second difference is what? Between the range. Okay, the range. And the third difference between float and double is what? Float can print, like float can hold up to 6 to 7 decimal places, and double can hold up to 15 to 16 decimal places. So here you have float, and float can hold up to 6 to 7 decimal places, and double can hold up to 15 to 16 decimal places. Okay, first difference. And the second difference is what? Like the size, float occupy 4 byte, double occupy 8 byte. All the data, if you are not you are not specifying what type of data you are holding, like what type of integer, what type of decimal data you are holding, so by default all the decimal data are double in Java. Okay, all the decimal data are double in Java. So let's try to, yeah, so let's try to run this part also. So here we are saying, hey, I have two data, that is float, sorry, double d is equal to 1 2 point, okay, 1.345678999989 okay. So here you can see I'm not getting any error, okay, because I know this is decimal data, and Java by default say ki, hey, this is decimal data, so I will treat it as a double data. Okay, I will treat as a double data. But the moment you will write float f is equal to 2.34567, so you can see I am getting an error. So what error I am getting here? So here it is saying ki hey, let's see. Yeah, float cannot be resolved to a type. Here it is saying, hey, this data is double data, and you want to store this double data inside a float. Inside a float. Okay, this data is a double data, and you want to store a data inside a float. So I will not store it. So how you can specify whether this data is a float data? You have to use a keyword f after the data. Okay, like this. So here you can see the data is what 2.3456, and here 1 2, okay, 3, and here the data is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So let's run these two also, that is System.out.println d, System.out.println f. Okay, so let's try to run this one. Run. So you can see, like if you will count the number of digit after the decimal place, here the number of digit are what? Let's increase the digit again and let's run the program again. Run, run. So here you can see when you are printing the float data, then the digit are printing till 6 decimal digit, okay? And here when you are printing the double data, then it is printing up to 15 or 16 decimal places. So this is a third difference between float and double. Okay, everyone? Yes, yes. Printf method is belong to a Java here. You can see, okay, this one. I have the diagram here. So here you can see, you can use, you have a println method, print method, or a write method, okay, inside print stream class. So this is about variable. Variable is a container that hold the memory address. Sorry, variable is a container that hold the data. Okay. In order to specify variable, you have to give the name of the variable, data type, what kind of data you want to store inside the variable, and with the help of this data type, I am getting the range information, I am getting the size information, and I am getting what type of data you can store inside the memory block. Okay. And after that, this is about data type, and here we are having some naming convention. Key, you have to use this naming convention here. Okay, that is it should start with a lower case such as id name. Okay, it should not start with a special character like this ampersand dollar underscore. If the name contains multiple word, start it with a lowercase letter followed by a uppercase letter such as first name, last name. Okay, avoid using one character variable such as x y z. Okay, these are the naming convention you have to follow, but the idea will remain same. The idea will remain same. If you are saying ki, hey, I want to store float type of data, I want to store float type of data, then first you have to write the data type here, float. Name of the container, here the name of the container is data is equal to 1.234. Okay, this is your data here. So what will happen? The moment you will hit on the run button, the system will say, okay, you want to store some data, and the data type is what? Float. So what will happen here? Again, the system will go to the computer memory. Inside the computer memory, system will find how many bytes? 4 bytes for the float. Okay, it depends on the compiler. In some compiler, float is having 4 byte, in some it is having 8 byte. Okay, it depends on the compiler. Here I am using a compiler where I am having the memory block that is allocated to float is 4 byte. So here what will happen? 4 byte will be allocated to a data, and here you are saying ki there will be some address, and the address is in hexadecimal format. 700, I am assuming the address of this memory block is 700, and what I am storing? I am storing 1.2345, and this data will be stored in a binary format. Okay, first you get the data, this data will be converted to a binary format, and this binary format will be stored here. And after that, the moment you will write cout data, sorry, System.out.println data. So what will happen? System will say ki, okay, now you want to fetch the data. So what I will do, go to the I will go to the starting address of this data. I will go to the starting address of the data memory block here. So the starting address of the memory block is 700, and from this 700, since data is of float type, so how many byte I will read? I will read 4 byte from 700 till 704. Okay, so this is about variable and my data types. Okay, anyone have any doubt till this point? Okay, yeah, you can see the naming conversion here. Okay, you can get the naming conversion on the Google also, but the main concept is this one, how the data is stored behind the scene. Okay, okay, let's take one more example. Apart from this, the time is up, right? Yeah. So here, if I have to, here I have a code here, and here I am saying ki, hey, what I have to do? I have to perform a addition operation. Okay. So here I have a data int a is equal to 10, int b is equal to 20, and int result is equal to a plus b. Okay. And here you can see I have a data 10 stored inside A, I have a data 20 stored inside B, and here this is what? Equal to means assignment operator. Okay, so when you have an assignment operator, what happens? First, the system will say, okay, here I am having an assignment operator. So first what I will do, I will execute the right hand side part first. Okay, I will execute the right hand side part first. After executing the right hand side part first, I will get some result, and I will store or I will assign the result inside this variable result. Okay, so let's understand this part with the help of example. And yeah, this is our last question here. So here you are saying ki this is your computer memory. Inside this computer memory, you have a memory block of 4 byte, and inside this memory block, you have a data 10 stored. Okay, and again you are saying ki, hey, I have one more variable, I have one more container, that is B. The name of the container is what? B. And inside this B you have the data 20 stored, and both the data will be stored in the binary format. Okay, after that, here you are saying int result is equal to a plus b. So first system will execute the right hand side part because you have an assignment operator. So first it will fetch the data from a, that is 10. It will fetch the data b, it will fetch the data 20 from b. How it will fetch the data? Because system know the starting address of this memory block, that is a, and the starting address of this memory block, that is b, that is 700, let's assume, and 800, let's assume. Okay, so first it will say, okay, this A is located at 700 memory block. So from this 700, I will read 4 byte. From this 800, I will read 4 byte. So from A, I am getting 10. From B, I am getting 20. So 20 plus 10 is what? 30. So I have executed the right hand side part. Now I will store the result in the left hand side part, that is inside result. And result is what? My container. So what I will do, I will create a container of 4 byte, and inside this container I will store the result 30, and the name of the container is what? Result. Okay, so this is a simple example of how to store the data, and this concept will be same for character also, for float also, for double also, and for the other data type also. Okay, so guys, this is all for the today session. Yeah, yeah. So guys, what the code has to be written in notepad and run in a command prompt. Yeah, so you can use that also. We have discussed that part also, how to run the code on the notepad and run in a command prompt, right everyone? And we have also discussed how to run the code on the editor. Okay, after that, yeah, so this is all for the today's session, guys. If you have any doubt, you can write in the comment part. Till that time, let me share some information to you. So guys, again, the information is same here. If you want to enroll, if you want to learn DSA, problem solving skills, Java, Excel, Google Data Studio, blockchain, data visualization, okay, using Power BI. And if you want to learn about responsive website, you can enroll in this program, that is Future Dev. And you can take this subscription, and from this subscription you can access, like you can learn all this technology and the front end and back end part and the problem solving skills. And the price of this course is what, 399. And yeah, the price is very low, so it will be a like more informative development program, right? Because here you are getting a lot of like information about different fields. So from these field, what you can do, you can like explore these field. After exploring this field, you can select a particular field, and from that you can like explore, like, or you can go deep into that field. Okay, you can learn, like if I'm confused between Java, JavaScript, and this, like the front end part or the back end part, then if you don't have any idea, from here you can get a good idea about all the topics. Okay, there will be the live interaction. Okay, and this course is at 399. Apart from this, if you want to enroll in a full stack program where you want to learn about the front end part, the back end part, okay, and the problem solving skills, that is your DSA part. Okay, how to approach a problem, how to think of a solution, what is the time complexity, why time complexity is needed, why you need to store the data in different data structure. So these all things will be discussed in the full stack program. Again, the skill set matters. So 100% job. If you have a good skill set, then you will get the job. We will provide you the, like there will be the placement cell that will guide you, that will provide you with the company here. Project will be there. If you are getting the doubt, we will try to solve the doubt in the live session. If you are like still having some doubt, you can schedule a live session. This will be a 6-month course. And apart from this, yeah, you will get the certificate too, right? So if any case I put an extra space after declaring data type, it will give any error. Okay, so basically it will not give an error. Okay, it will give a garbage value. Okay, we will discuss about this part in the next session. Okay, you can explore the Let's Upgrade portal. From there you will get the whole information about what courses are available here in the Let's Upgrade part. Okay, and apart from this, if you have to mark your attendance, what you have to do here, guys, where I can see the, yeah, you have to go to the one link section. In the one link section here, okay, I need to Google. Okay, so here, yeah, from here you can watch, sorry, mark your attendance here. Okay, that is mark attendance here. You can rate the session. Okay, if you want to enroll, if you are interested in the Let's Upgrade full stack program, you can click on the yes. And after that, if there is any future improvement, here you can select that improvement. Here I have nothing, so I'm selecting nothing. And after that, submit your attendance. Okay, and in order to generate a certificate, you must have more than 50% attendance. Okay, thank you everyone. Okay, thank you for the session. Okay.
Hey, hi guys, this is Sai Kiran from Let's Upgrade, and I'm here today to congratulate you all guys for completing or like for pursuing our Essentials program in various fields what we do. And I want to tell that yes, this is amazing program what you're doing, but if you want to continue this learning and want to take your career to next level with a one-on-one personal mentorship what we are not providing in Essentials, and also build real-time projects, then join our 6 months PGP full stack program in data science or AI/ML or web development in MERN stack or Python Django. That's it. Bye-bye.